This is Moray Robert B. Holman Jr. and
Moray Sean Appleton.
And this is
Hebrews in Exile. Back at it one more again, sir.
One more again. To tell it like it
T.I.
is. It's wonderful. I wake up every morning. And when I wake up in the morning, I tell the Most High, I am so thankful that you have given me wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of your word. And provided me with the depth of understanding who you are.
Yeah.
So that I can walk before you circumspect.
Yeah.
And in reverence, fear, and love of who you are.
100%. 100%. We understand how the Most High functions and behaves, and we respect that, and we give him that respect every single day. We don't live in fear.
And I tell him I'm so glad that you taught me what your name is, so that I can call you by your name, and not by some idolatrous reference that the Greeks and the Romans and the Canaanites have given us to refer to you by.
True, 100%, 100%.
And I thank him every morning when I wake up for that. Yeah.
Being connected to that, to the source, and understanding that. Absolutely. I echo the sentiment.
So, what's on your mind, young Moray?
I had made mention as I had came in today, you're rubbing off on me.
Me?
Yeah, you.
What?
Yeah, and I you know what? Why it sparked my interest, and you probably, if y'all want to put this in the tag, in the title of this thing, is this thing that your president. What about my people? Okay. Your president is getting ready to do something, or has instantiated. I didn't say your president has instantiated.
He ain't my president.
Okay.
I didn't vote for him.
Something is getting ready to happen November 1st. Across the whole entire country that mainly affects a lot of people.
Yes.
But what has been focused, or what's been showcased, is a magnifying lens on our demographic.
Yes.
Which is the elimination of, or the freezing for at least 4 months of SNAP, EBT, all that kind of stuff.
All of the things that that are the necessity of people who are in low income or are the disenfranchised.
Right. And I was amazed at least at some of the videos that I had seen, where obviously there are people that are very distressed about the situation, but just this sheer amount of disregard for what's right, for the ability for obviously in their particular eyes, to be able to have the human, quote unquote, right to eat.
Well, we understand that this current government has no heart. They have no soul. They have no regard for anybody who's not like them.
Sure. Okay.
And everything that they're doing is they are feeding themselves off the back of the disenfranchised, the poor, and those who can't take care of themselves. That's what they're doing. Now, I had said earlier that the things that this government is doing is not affecting our people the way slavery affected us.
Sure.
So we're kind of sitting back, ain't saying a whole lot, because the Mexicans and the other people are getting slammed.
Sure.
Being taken from their families and drug off in the middle of the night or whatever, and that's not happening to us now.
Right.
That already we already been through that.
Sure. Sure.
So we're kind of sitting back being quiet. But the thing that's going to raise some noise is what's getting ready to happen with the food subsidies.
Yeah, the subsidized foods program
That's going to
SNAP
go
is providing, EBT. Yeah. So yeah, my mind was drawn to that. I'm glad that you started pontificating about it, because I wanted to kind of get your ideas on that. But that's kind of been on my mind this week, because this is getting ready to happen in full effect. It's already actually started happening already across the country in various major cities. But looking at it from a Hebraic perspective, and saying, how do I tie what's happening currently into this particular situation into some form of text, and what are my postulations on that particular issue, how I feel about it as a Hebrew. And if Hebrew Israel was thinking about it and fantasizing about, if Hebrew Israel was a functioning group of people,
Yes.
we wouldn't have this problem.
No, because we have text to support our existence, longevity through whatever chaos the nations or anybody else wants to throw us. I hear the words of our opulent king,
David.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
He writes these words. He says, "Once I was young, but now I'm old.
Right.
I have never seen the righteous forsaken,
or
his seed,
begging,
the seed of the Most High.
Right.
I've never seen the eternal people begging bread."
Now that's powerful. Go ahead.
Now, in order for the king to say that, and realizing that he has seen a lot in his lifetime, I've never seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread.
Okay.
Is a strong statement, because the Most High, and here's the problem, man. Oh wow, here's the problem. The governance of the nation of Hebrew Israel is designed to function and be stabilized by the means and teachings that the Most High has given us, so that Hebrew Israel can always be self-sustaining and self-supported.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was never his intention that Hebrew Israel should ever have to resort to the needs of any other nations.
Right, 100%.
That happened only when Hebrew Israel fell out of relationship with the Most High and wanted to be like the other nations. The Most High said, okay, since you want to be like the other nations, then you're going to operate like the other nations.
And unfortunately, you're going to serve these nations. You
Yeah.
you didn't got to the point where you've spit in my face so much that
Yeah.
you're not even going to be like them. You'll be underneath them.
So here's an interesting question.
Yes, sir.
My brother. What are the pastors of these Christian churches going to do
Very good.
when their members can't afford to give them offerings and tithes, because they're going to be having to balance between that or food? Now, Here's what I'm going to say, and I'm going to say it loud.
Okay.
I'm going to be proud and say it loud.
Okay.
My greatest fear is they're going to function just like this government. I don't care that you can't feed yourself.
Really? Okay.
I don't care that you can't buy food. I need your 10% tithes, and I need your offering.
He said, irrespective if it's a recession or not, you still coming in here with that money.
Yes. 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 I'm afraid. I'm really afraid that they are that a multiplicity of them are desensitized to that because it's going to have an effect on their lifestyle.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. They'll deliver a message. Now, I'm going to actually, I'm going to expound on this. They'll end up teaching a message, springboard and teach a message. Hey, you know, I'm going to go ahead. They could probably use the same text that you was thinking and say that's replying to them. That it's going to be okay. You're going to make it. Yeah, if you sow your seed and hear the God is going to give you an increase.
Exactly.
You're going to hear all those types of messages over there.
Exactly.
But I want to make sure that those individuals that are listening that have individuals like that, which is going to be interesting to see, put your God to the test. Let's see that in action. Let's see if your situation gets better.
Yeah.
While you're over there in what you're in,
Yeah.
that idolatry that's over there,
Yeah.
let's actually see if that your situation improves.
Yeah.
Or is there going to be another, Band-Aid message that's going to be solicited in order to get people to calm the natives, if you will?
Yeah.
It's interesting that you mentioned that because this weekend I had a conversation about that very same topic. We're talking about it, and I had said, because I still have, people that I know that are in Christianity. And I said, what are you guys going to do? And they said the exact opposite of what you said. They said, we're going to open our doors and we're going to feed the people. Thanksgiving is coming up. We're going to feed the people. If the people come in, we're going to feed the people. And I asked the question. I said, at what point, because it doesn't seem like there's any end to this, are you guys going to recognize that you're getting used? That they don't care about what you're teaching or anything else. They're just in there to get this free meal. How are you vetting all this stuff? And I said, I would hope that if there are parishioners that are in your congregation, that you be feeding them first before you go into people that are on the outside. And it was more of a, we're gonna treat everybody that comes through the doors because that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to be a community of people that's supposed to be. That's what I'm saying. When these food banks and these other places start running out and maybe turning away, you're going to see a lot of ridicule from the people. Because they're supposed to say, the church is supposed to be here to help the people. And y'all don't have enough and y'all turning us away too. I think it's going to get to that point where where your point is. To say they're going to end up, at some point, you can't have enough food to feed all these people that's going to come in there. They're going to keep coming and keep coming and keep coming back and keep coming back. I'm on the street. I lost my housing. I can't eat. I thought y'all were Christians. I thought you were supposed to be taking care. How many weeks on end is this going to last?
I need to find this. I need to find the text over in the New Testament where it talks about your benevolence being to the household of faith first.
Oh, yeah.
I need to find that. Let me see. Maybe I've got the wrong.
I almost offered to say, you know what? What should be happening is almost, again, going back to your point, what, the government is actually instantiating to say, if you're going to have these particular benefits or take some type of benefit from these funds that are being given to you. You're going to have to work X amount of hours. You're going to have to show that, you know, I thought I read somewhere that they're going to have to pass a drug test in some particular instances. But if I was in that particular instance, I'd be saying, listen, I got all these people coming in here. I was always raised that if a man don't work, he don't eat. So how in the world is you just going to be coming off the street begging for stuff? I'd be putting them to work left and right. Oh, we need this painted. We need that painted. This just can't be a free-for-all at the end of the day. So I'm curious to see how they're going to react too, because apparently a lot of people attend these churches because of their benevolence, of the fact that they're supposed to be opening. You got all this money, and you're not giving it to the people.
Exactly. I can't. I need.
Hold on, let me help you find it.
I remember that script, that text. It's in the New Testament about doing to the household of faith first. I mean, and here's the thing. The Most High in
Galatians 6 and 10.
Thank you. Let's go there for a minute.
And I apologize for interrupting your thought.
No. My thought is fine. Galatians
6 and 10. Let's try that first.
Galatians. Can't get out of there.
Where are you at? One of old Paul's letters.
Galatians chapter 6 and verse
10. Yeah, let's try that.
Oh, yeah. New King James Version.
Yeah. Shoot. Okay.
Let me see. Start verse 7. I like.
You want to go up 7? Okay.
Do not be deceived. Yahweh is not mocked. For whatever a man sows, that he will also reap. Mm-hmm. For he who sows to his flesh will also reap corruption. But he who sows to the Spirit will of the Spirit reap everlasting life. That's a true statement. And let us not grow weary while doing good, for in due season we shall reap if we do not lose heart. Mm-hmm. Therefore, as we have opportunity, let us do good to all, especially to those who are of the household of faith. That's what it says.
Okay.
Do good to all.
Yeah.
But especially to the household of faith. That's how it reads.
Right.
So
I'm coming off the street. Yeah, go ahead.
In this strained government situation that we're in, it's fine that we're going to take care of the needy and we're going to follow Galatians' statement, we're going to take care of ourselves. Mm-hmm. But if our ability to have food and substance is also paramount to those that we're feeding, if this holds out, what we going to do when we run out? Where we going to get our food from? Who going to feed us?
Exactly.
So in essence, what we're looking at here is a famine.
Yeah. One could look at it that way. Absolutely. There is, yeah, you could.
And the famine is not that food doesn't exist.
It's that you don't have access
it's that
to it.
I can't afford to buy it. So now,
okay,
in the long run of things, I'll be eating those things that are potentially not food.
Okay.
However, with that being said, the things that are not food are pricey.
That's true. That's very true too. That's very true too.
I mean, woo!
I mean,
a bucket of chitlins is gonna be pricey.
yeah, it could, yeah. You know, but again, and coupled with that, we have also a housing issue as well. I mean, we have people that are not going to have shelter, and there's going to be. I'm interested. Again, I'm interested to see how that's going to work. Now, I'm when you were rattling, we're sitting here. I've got a Rolodex of mitzvot that are just rolling through my head right now on how Hebrew Israel handles stuff like this. Because obviously, if we hadn't been expelled, matter of fact, let me do this. Let me get this text out of the way first.
While you're doing that, I'm going to say something.
Okay.
I was sitting in my desk at my chair this afternoon, or I might have been driving some back home, and the thought came about in my head is, I don't walk by faith. And you've heard me say this before.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't walk in a system where I believe.
Correct.
Faith is not presumptuous. Okay?
Explain now, presumptuous
you
for
don't,
the people.
You don't presume it.
You're not
No.
entitled.
No. Having come to the knowledge, and as I indicated earlier, I said, I'm happy. I told the Most High, I thank you that you have taught me and given me wisdom, knowledge, and understanding.
Okay.
I don't walk with the Most High in a faith mode. I don't walk with the Most High believing something's going to happen. I walk with the Most High knowing something's going to happen. I walk with the Most High knowing that something is going to materialize. I walk with the Most High knowing that He knows what I need before I ask Him. I walk with the Most High knowing that my everyday needs are going to be met.
100%.
I'm not hoping.
Yeah. You know.
I know.
Right. You've got experiential knowledge.
I've got the experiential knowledge to know that my life is not governed by, oh, gee, I hope, I believe. Well, I believe. No, I know. Because when I talk to Him, I have an ironclad promise that He's made me in His Word that He cannot renege on.
Okay.
If your
ways
please me, I will
give you
the desires of your heart.
Corazón. See?
I walk in His ways. I walk according to His rules and His teachings. Therefore, I'm not believing, I'm functioning on a fact of knowledge.
Yes.
So I don't walk by faith. For we walk by faith and not by sight. Oh, well, you go right ahead with that premise.
Right.
I walk with knowledge.
Right. Which is
I walk with knowledge that I don't have to see because I know.
Correct. Yeah.
I know that what the Most High has for me is going to manifest itself. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but I know that if I ask Him, He knows what's good for me, He knows what's best for me, and He is going to see to it that things work for my good. So I don't have to hope. or believe. I know.
Right.
Beyond a reasonable doubt, I know.
You know.
Yes.
100%.
100%. I know that the Ruach that has created all things is alive and well in the universe.
Mm-hmm. You made me think of a prophet.
I know that the Ruach who has created everything can't die.
Mm-hmm.
I was at the golf course the other day, and old man, he look old, but wasn't as old as I, so I didn't even tell him how old I was. He talking about food. And I said, well, if we ate what the Creator gave us to eat, we never have to worry about these diseases that come upon us. And he's given us certain foods to eat.
Uh-oh.
Well, he said, well.
Yeah, come on with that one.
He said, well.
Don't do that.
He said, well, God died. I said, no.
What?
I said, no. And I said, no, Jesus died.
Correct.
Jesus died.
That's right. 100%.
The absolute, all-existent one who created you, who gives you breath to breathe, the ability to function and walk, that spirit don't die. Oh, I see where you coming from.
No.
At that point, he turned and started hitting his balls and had nothing else to say.
See, that is what I'm talking about. I need to take a side quest. Now you done woke me up. I need to take a side quest. Because anytime that I hear stuff like that, I literally let's just take a step back. You approached it totally different. I just said, sir. I got to postulate. I said, sir, do you just hear what you just said?
No, I hear you. But what he did, he said, oh, I see where you come from. And he turned away from me.
Sure.
So at that point, there was no further need for me to engage this man who's talking on the golf course like he knows everything.
Oh, okay. I see where you're coming from.
There was no need.
Yeah,
there was no need in me. And see, a lot of our people have this idea that they know everything.
Right.
And they don't know diddly, and Bo knows that.
Right. No, 100%. I mean, when you make a statement like that, what resonates is, I mean, obviously, I sank when hearing that. I'm confused because it's these concepts that say when a person says God dies. Did you hear what you just said? Your God dies. We don't even have to go to text. It's this issue of it's so ingrained in you that you don't even really hear of what you're actually saying. Your God dies.
But see, I knew he wasn't a person that went to church.
Oh, okay.
So I knew that. I could tell by his conversation he was not a gentleman that attended anybody's church. He's just postulating out of his own brain.
Yeah, he's just talking.
God died. Because I said, well, Leviticus chapter 11 defines what food is that we should eat. One, I said in Genesis,
at least concerning meat.
Yeah, and Genesis defines for us the grains, vegetables, and things that we can eat.
100%.
And I said, so you're talking about? I said, well, you're talking about shrimp and pig. I said, all of these are ecosystem cleaners.
Sure.
They clean the ecosystem.
100%.
So when I mentioned Leviticus, they go, oh, well, yeah. And you look, I had my little beanie on. Oh,
did you?
Yeah.
He probably.
He said, oh, I know where
you one of them.
I know where you coming from. Then he turned his back to me. Started hitting balls. So there was no need in me engaging the conversation any further. But that's okay.
Yeah.
Your buddy over there is sick, and you trying to tell him how to get well. and you over there bragging about you got titanium in your legs and titanium in your hips.
He said screws and everything else.
I want to tell you how
Set the
old.
metal
I
detector
want to
off.
tell you how old I am, and I ain't got none of that stuff going on with me. And I'm hitting balls further than you are.
It's it's interesting to me how we've seen how that organic. Everything came in the grocery store. Everything's organic. We got to read the nutritional facts and everything. And it really, again, if we had the blueprint, if we actually read what was in text, your nutritional facts was already here.
Yeah, yeah.
Literally all day long.
Yeah.
But let me go and read this part, which actually got me thinking about this issue. And I want to go back to Devarim, chapter number 28, starting at verse 63. Devarim or Deuteronomy.
63?
Yep, chapter number 28, 63. Anybody that brings up Devarim 28, you should know what that whole chapter is about.
Yep.
That's a very famous chapter, especially the latter half. It says, and I'm reading out of the CJB, it says, thus, it will come about that just as once as Yahweh took joy in seeking to do you good and increase your numbers, so now Yahweh will take joy in causing you to perish and be destroyed. He gets a kick out of that, watching you take a L. It says, and you will be what? Plucked off the land you are entering in order to take possession of it. Yahweh will scatter you among all the peoples from one end of the earth to the other. And there you will serve other gods. That's what they're doing right now. Made of wood and stone, which neither nor your ancestors have known, nor you nor your ancestors have known. Among these nations you will find no repose. There will be no rest for the sole of your foot. Rather, Yahweh will give you their anguish of heart. Is that not what we're getting ready to see? Dimness of eyes and apathy of spirit. Your life will hang in doubt before you, and you will be afraid night and day and have no assurance that you will stay alive. In the morning, you will say, oh, how I wish it were evening. And in the evening, you will say, oh, how I wish it were morning, because of the fear overwhelming your heart and the sights your eyes will see. Finally, Yah will bring you back in ships to Egypt, which is a metaphor for slavery, to the place which I said to you, you will never see again. And there we will try to sell yourselves as slaves and to your enemies, but no one will buy you. I'm setting that up to say, listen, y'all, the reason why we're in this situation is because of our disobedience. The reason why you're feeling around in the street all day long doing all this stuff is because of our civil disobedience to the Most High. We got kicked out of the land. We got dispersed all over the four corners of the earth. And now we're subject to what the nations are putting us through. If we were in Hebrew Israel, we have several mitzvot that talk about how we're supposed to take care of those. Ooh, you lost my microphone. How we're supposed to take care of a lot of the people that are in this particular situation. Do we not have mitzvot that says if you have a vineyard, you are not to pick all of your stuff, or when you harvest, all the way to the edges of your field? You are supposed to leave something for the poor, for the downtrodden. You have a system in place that says if your brother is in need of something, we don't have a kind of a subsidized, let's just call it what it is, welfare system in Hebrew Israel. What happens is if you need something, I can take something from you as collateral, but I have to return it to you that same day. I can't take the shirt off your back and use it as collateral, but and not give it back to you. You are going to work for it. You're going to work. You can become a servant in someone's house. There are different avenues upon which you are able to sustain yourself. And I think I talked about it at one time where, you can become a servant in someone's house and they're going to take care of you and whatnot, and for X amount of years. And then after the 7th year, that particular servant goes free. Our way of doing things and rolling out kind of prevents this kind of issue from happening. even when we've kind of, and this is a kind of a topic that I hate to say that we kind of don't see kind of eye to eye on, but in the issue of, say, I shouldn't say that. That's another issue. In the issue of the widow and the orphan, we have ways of taking care of those who don't have a way of taking care of themselves. That's my point.
Yeah.
If you know the mitzvot.
Yeah.
So within the confines of Hebrew Israel, we're liquid enough to be able to sustain ourselves, and even in the fact that I can't take interest off of you if I make you a loan for something. I have to,
Right.
and there's a shimatah years and all these things where you have to get a return to. But I'm simply saying our way in westernized culture of thinking about how we take care of our own is totally different than westernized culture.
Yeah.
Which is our culture is an Eastern culture.
Yeah.
So we completely depend on a government in issues like this for our people. If you're downtrodden, you go to the government, they put you on some type of assistance. And now it's gotten to the point where the United States government says we're not doing it anymore.
Well, there's two things. There's two things that's going to affect our people, I think, vastly. And I even think that it's not going to be, this is my opinion.
Sure.
I don't think it's going to be as bad for us as expected, not only with the food issue,
Sure.
but also with the health issue.
Oh, okay.
The current lasting of the government shutdown is because the Democrats refused to sign on to a document that eliminates health care
Oh, well, yeah, Medicaid.
for the American people.
Sure.
I don't know, but I think that even the healthcare system that's in place has been out of range for a number of our people that are in and below the income level where they were even able to even afford this. And those that have been able to afford it, they're going to lose it, or they're going to have to pay more to get it, which means that they're going to have to take more money out of their budget for which that they would feed themselves to be able to pay for health care, that if they get sick, they can go see a doctor. Now, with this being the case, more of the lower income people, and particularly minority people, are going to lose their lives unnecessarily because they don't have a health system or a doctor to go to take care of the issues that conflict them in their minor sense or in their initial sense that could heal them from it getting larger and larger that would take their life.
Understood. Yeah.
See, if I get sick, I can't afford health care to go to a doctor or a hospital.
Sure. Sure.
What am I do?
Right.
More than likely, I'm going to die from something that I wouldn't necessarily have to die from.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now, once again, we're going to get back to text. The health and welfare of Hebrew Israel is dependent upon a corrective diet.
Correct.
And
Yeah.
and I have a doctor a young doctor from the continent of Africa. I think he's from Ghana. He's young. And he indicated, he says, I'm not going to treat you with medicine. He said, I read your chart, and I'm not going to treat you with medicine.
It's good.
I'm going to show you how that you can live and not die by correcting your diet and what you eat.
He's a nutritionalist. He's big on that.
Yeah, he's an internist.
Okay.
And he says, I'm going to give you information and I'm going to give you something to read that will show you how vegetables, green vegetables, and things and lentils and beans and things of that nature can heal you from the majority of things that people die from, such as stroke, heart attacks, cholesterol, and various other kinds of diseases that affect the body. That if you will eat this way, you can reverse a lot of the things, the sicknesses that your body has, and you can be removed from a lot of the medications that you're on just by eating right.
100%. 100%.
Now, to get back to the point, the Most High has told us in Genesis, is it 2 and 24?
1 and 29.
1 and 29.
1 and 29. I know about heart.
Yeah,
turn there.
yeah, you fine, thank you. 1 and 29.
1 and 29. Yeah.
Throughout the whole earth, I'm giving you as food every seed-bearing plant, every tree with seed-bearing fruit. Okay?
100%.
I'm giving you every kind of green plant.
No, wait a minute. Let's stop. Whoa. Who is that to? I'm making a point here. Who is that to?
That's to the created man.
That's to mankind.
Yeah, it's to the created man.
That's not specific to Hebrew. That's for
No.
everybody.
Everyone, right. So, and I said this to the gentleman. I said, the one who created you, do you think that he would create you and not give you a plan in which that you could sustain yourself?
To which he responded.
Yeah, well, God died. Okay.
Okay, that's
right.
the God died bit.
Into that conversation. So my point in this discussion is that we need the things that the Most High has defined as food for us to heal us. Now, there's something that's unique within this particular writing that is systemic to the human being.
Okay.
The Most High says, I'm giving you things out of the substance that you were made of in order to sustain you.
Yep, 100%.
You were made from the dust of the ground. I'm giving you things that grow from the dust of the ground as a medium of something to sustain you and keep you healthy and vibrant.
100%. 100%. I know that to be a fact. Yeah.
So now we're at a place where, the price of beef is
it's astronomical.
is out the roof.
Yeah.
The farmers are crying foul. Well, I voted for him, but now
ain't really working out that well.
We're not getting any help from the government to sustain our cattle farms. The dude is over there bailing out Argentina and everybody else, and he ain't doing nothing for us, but we vote. Well, now I'm going like, I'm going, y'all supposed to be smart.
Yeah.
Y'all supposed to be smarter than us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the issue is that the situation that the government has placed us in is going to be systemic to everybody but the a la cartes, the billionaire. It ain't gonna affect them.
Sure.
But it's going to affect everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Now, so it's like the movie Ghostbusters. Who you gonna call? Who you gonna run to? Where you gonna go? When the subsidies vanish, and they are, when the health care vanishes, and it will, when there's no one to turn to, where are you going to go? Well, going back to your point, well, they're going to turn to the church.
Yes.
But a lot of churches are in the same category as their parishioners.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna tell you what I would do.
Well, that's what I was getting ready to ask you, because I wanted you to get into that, to say, okay.
I'm gonna tell you what I would do.
Okay, go ahead.
I started attending these churches that got all the money.
You say you Joe Osteen need to get 2819 and all these ones. Yeah.
I started going to all the churches that got all the money. And see if they're going to do what Galatians says.
And use that.
Because my church can't do it. My church is as poor as I am.
Yeah. Yeah. Say, well, I'm a Christian too.
Exactly.
Aren't you supposed to help out us first?
Now, here's the problem. Church can't pay my health bill. And I know for certain that there are certain churches that will not give you one red penny if your name is not on the tithe roll.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I know that for a fact.
Yeah. Yeah.
If your name is not on the tithe roll, as a matter of fact, when you come there, they ask for you to give them a copy of your 1040 so they can see how much you make, so they know how much tithes you're supposed to give. I know that for a fact. As a matter of fact, I know a church in the city of Sacramento that does that.
Oh, I did not know that.
Oh, I do.
Okay. All right. Well, then.
And if you ask the pastor to help you, the first place he's going to go is to the tithe roll to see if your name is on the list of having given. And if you haven't given anything to that ministry, you're not going to get a penny of service from him.
She's telling you need to do your research before you go and show up at the
So now when we look at Galatians reading, that reading doesn't support that kind of mentality. Now once I'm coming back to the issue, what are you going to do if the church says, well, we're going to feed the poor as they come? What are you going to do when you can't feed yourself?
Because, yeah, your surplus and supply in order to meet the needs of the community.
Are you going to go into your coffer and pay the money to buy food and have food stored for your people? Because the food banks are running out of food.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
So in essence, what we're looking at, I'm going to get back to what I said. We're looking at there being a famine for the poor and the disenfranchised.
100%. 100%. Now, I'm going to pivot.
In a nation that's as wealthy as it is, this could wind up looking like the poor in Ethiopia.
Yeah, yeah. Now,
we already have a system where you have the poor and disenfranchised people that are going to work who can't even afford a house or apartment to live in. They're living on the streets and in their cars because they can't afford the housing situation. Now you're compounding the housing situation with lack of food. And the people on the street don't have health care, so they ain't worried about it. We don't have it anyway. But those that do have it and those that are living in houses who are losing their jobs are going to be on the street and they can't buy food. Who you going to call?
Correct.
Who are you going to turn to?
Right.
Where are you going to go?
Right. Well, let's expound upon that. We spent time dealing with them across the street. What happens when they come to us?
Well,
if in fact they do, I mean, there's a possibility.
Possibility.
What do we say as a, first of all, I guess I'm asking the question not only as a congregant of people in Sacramento, but for all Hebrew congregations. I'm talking about Atlanta, I'm talking about Detroit, I'm talking about, Cincinnati, Texas. What say you?
Well,
what is our answer?
I'm going to bounce that back to you. What say you? What say you? Now, the situation that I've just painted is a situation that is part and parcel to Hebrew Israel in exile.
Okay, that's a great place to start. That's a great place to start.
Because the majority,
matter of fact, you answered the question.
Majority of those of us who are in Hebrew Israel are still in the state of Devarim 28.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, individually, we're probably, I'm not worried. Can First Tabernacle Fellowship sustain anybody? To be honest with you, no. No. Can any of these other Hebrew organizations sustain anybody? I don't know. I don't know what I don't know what their financial situation is.
Yeah.
But we can look within our house that we have here, and we can see the people that are here, and we recognize that the people that are here in our house are self-sustainable.
True.
We'll be able to get through this.
True. 100%. Yeah. So, yeah.
Do I have enough to help somebody else get through?
Well, here, you started in a great place, which is just like with any other issue that might be a social issue that we have to address or whatever, our obligation is only to the house of Hebrew Israel.
Yes.
So therefore, if you're telling me you're a Hebrew,
yes,
and you're following the mitzvot,
yes,
then technically you shouldn't be in this situation.
Right.
But if you are coming,
yes,
and you're not Hebrew Israel, I would have to direct you to text first on how we actually deal with stuff like this.
Yes.
And you'd have to go ahead.
Ooh, I don't want to say this.
I know it's a hard line, but it's this is just my personal opinion, and I might get roasted for this, but like I said, I'm gonna fall back on it. My obligation is to Hebrew Israel first, and then
yes,
I would try to find ways
yes,
to work within the confines of the mitzvot, being
yes,
in exile, to say,
yes,
is there something I can put you to work
yes,
to do where I can somehow compensate you? Because again, I have a mitzvot that says if someone works for me, I have to pay them that same day.
Yes.
So is there something, or do I have the means, or if I have something like at my house or something that I need to have done, I would treat it that way in order to help them out. But as far as you just getting a handout, I can't, unless you can correct me if I'm wrong, and if the Mores can correct me if I'm wrong, if there a text that says I'm supposed to just be handing handouts for, now I'm trying to go through my Rolodex of mitzvot that talk about that. The ones that I'm referring to all have some type of work attached to it. And again, if I had a vineyard, if I had something where like on my property, which I'll never tell y'all where that is, I have a tree that's, I have fruit trees, and you could come and get something off the tree. But like I said, the majority of the mitzvot that I know about, unless I'm wrong, and I'm not saying that I'm 100% on this, are attaching work with some type of compensation in order to get you where you need to be. I would rather not, instead of giving you a handout, I'm going to put you to work. And I know you're diligently looking over there, and I know Moray in the back. Do we have a mitzvot?
There's only one that I can think of when it said, when we were going over a while ago, it said, like a brother is coming to you.
Uh-huh.
I think I'm looking for it right now where if you can help him, you're supposed to help him.
Okay, okay. But how?
Exactly, like exactly, are you just giving handouts or what is that?
Yeah, but see, like what I'm saying, the body of work of mitzvot really hovers around, working for somebody and then having, them take, I am feeding them because they're working for me, or I'm compensating them somehow. There's always some type of deed that's attached with for the body of mitzvot that I'm thinking about. And there's a plethora of them that you could apply, but just outright here's a handout and be on your way. But again, I'd have to fall back on starting first with, do you accept the mitzvot of the Most High, and are we talking to a person that's Hebraic? Otherwise, I know it's a little heartless, but a little cold, but I would have to say, I'm not obligated to help the nations.
No. Leviticus 25.
Okay.
Help 39.
Me out.
Starts here. If a member of your people, has become poor among you,
Okay.
and sells himself to you,
25.
do not make him do the work of a slave. Rather, you are to treat him like an employee or a tenant. He will work for you until the year of Yovel. Then he will leave you and his children with him and return to his own family.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. It's attached to some type of work that's being done. 25 and
25. I was in 25 and 39.
Oh, you're all the way back over there. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Leviticus. So yeah. I mean,
what say you? I mean, that would be my answer. I mean, if they're looking for a hard concrete, boots on the ground, what do I got to do right now? That's all fine and good that you're saying all that, but I got to eat now. What do we say?
And I'm going to say something
as a community.
I'm going to go somewhere for a minute. I'm going to back up. I'm going to back up something historically. I was raised by a man who was very benevolent to the poor, and that was my father.
Okay.
And when I started ministry, I followed after the pattern that he had given me, and I tried to help people that were in need.
Mm-hmm.
I gained quite a reputation to the point that I was getting phone calls from people because they'd passed along the line, call Pastor Holman. He has a credit card. And I remember one Thanksgiving period, I met this young man at a service station. I was getting some gas, brother, and he was destitute. And somehow I had compassion for him.
Okay.
Like my father, I took him home, cleaned him up, gave him some clothes, set him at my table, and he ate dinner with us.
Okay.
I put him up in a hotel, paid the hotel room for him to stay in for a few days, trying to help him.
Okay.
Trying to do
The right thing. Yeah.
thing
Mm-hmm.
until it became too prohibitive for me. I mean,
Yeah, to
we was
sustain that.
running up a $1,000 bill, just as one brother. And I was trying to help him to get on his feet so that he could sustain himself. Then I started getting calls. I don't have nowhere to stay. I don't have no food. And these are people from the nation, just people. Because at that particular time, I just saw people as people.
Okay.
So, I would meet them, take them to the hotel, pay for 2 or 3 nights for them to have some place to stay, give them a little money so they can get some food. I think, well, they'll go on about their way. So that cycled around to other people in need. So then they would call me and they said, well, I was told that you had a credit card. Like, okay, yeah, I do, but
Right.
and I need some place to stay and I need some food.
Started to become a pattern.
Yeah, it became a pattern. So finally, I had to cut it off because I'm going like, well, I'm helping you, but you're cycling around, and you are not people that are trying to help yourself.
Sure.
So I had to stop. So I don't have an answer for the masses. I would say that faith-based organizations that have the coffer to be able to support the poor and the disenfranchised. Once again, we're going to go to Galatians. They're going to follow that pattern. We're going to do good, but that good is going to start with a household of faith first.
Okay.
Which I'm going to come back and say, once again, if this government continues to function like it's functioning, how sustainable is even that going to be?
Yeah, because that can only last for so long.
Exactly. So now, so let's get back to somewhere.
Okay.
The cry has been that Jesus will see you through.
Okay.
He will bring you out.
Okay.
So now I'm hearing that, and you have built me to a state of hope. Okay?
Okay.
That is, in my mind, equal to gambling.
True. Okay.
So to answer your question about where do we go from here, what do we do? If my faith, if my belief system is not predicated upon or directed to the right place, chances are I'll become a statistic in this situation. I'm going to be hungry unless somebody benevolent feeds me today.
Correct.
What about tomorrow?
Correct.
What about the next day?
Right.
And it gets back to our text from our king. I've never seen the righteous begging. Because I know, I know that the Most High has always taken care of the righteous.
How do you know that in this particular situation? I got a Chester Cat grin over here. How do you know? Give me an example.
Because when we look at text and we read through text, we find that there were people who needed food, and the Most High in Hebrew Israel provided it for them. I can't go to your specific text.
Yes, you can. There is a specific. I've got a Chester Cat grin over here.
Come on. Like I told you before, you young people remember chapter and verse. I know substance. I don't know exactly where. I don't remember where it's at.
We got you enumerated two individual issues that are happening. This is nothing new. There's nothing new under the sun. You said what? Famine and food, and the issue of housing. There's a mitzvot that's written around a couple of these, this major issue. We celebrate it every single year in the high holy set apart months. It's called Sukkot.
Sukkot. Well,
what was Sukkot? Sukkot was based on the fact that what? The Most High kept our people and fed them every single day for 40 years in the desert. Their clothes didn't wither, and they stayed in sukkahs. The Most High clouded them by day and was a fire for them by night. Gave them, we have a clear example of a nation of people where the Most High fed them every day. So we know from a clear example, and we have a Moedim that celebrates it, of the Most High providing for his people. You have to be rooted and grounded in Hebrew Israel to, the Most High is going to do that for you.
I didn't think about that.
Was that?
I didn't think about that.
It literally is the same thing. We had nothing to eat. And matter of fact, part of that being a part of that issue is the fact that on the 6th day, they had to go out and collect a double portion because they had to go and observe the Shabbat. So the Shabbat is mixed in there too. So once you start walking in the ways of the Most High, I would say, listen, try him, test it. Not say that, well, there's an issue in there. You can test it. Walk in the ways of the Most High. And I can show you a clear example in text with experiential knowledge from a people that says that if you do this, this is what the Most High is going to do. Never seen the righteous forsaken or begging bread. And you got a clear example of him doing it for 40 years. Not some dude that's going to come down and feed 5,000 with a fish and loaf and then turn you away and think that that's a miracle. No, the miracle is the Most High providing all this food for 40 years, not just on one day. You can use that, but I got a better one for you over here. So, if I was that experiential, I'm just adding to what you're saying, that experiential knowledge to say that you know that the Most High is going to do it. I got an example for you right there, and it's right in the book of Shemot. Exodus. When they came out, that's what the Most High did. Didn't fail one day.
Now, with this being possible,
sure,
even today, is there a criteria that is attached to that?
Yes.
And the reason why I bring up and ask, is there a criteria attached to that, is because the message across the street will use that.
And, okay, and they'll be dead wrong because that's specific.
And they will plant hope in the hearts of the people based on that, without the criteria that goes behind it happening.
And that criteria is you have to be Hebrew Israel,
and you have to be righteous, and righteousness is defined by walking in the obedience, the rules and teachings of the Most High.
Yep. 100%. Your obedience to the mitzvot and nested again in there, that Shabbat component being nested in there as well. I mean, along with there's just, they're all interconnected together. But again,
I mean,
they're going to use it, but it.
I mean, I can go get the fact where the raven came and fed the prophet.
Oh, there you go.
I mean,
Plenty
Sunday
examples.
morning, the raven's gonna come and bring you some food to eat. Well, now I'm hoping that there is gonna be a raven that's gonna come and feed me because I'm hungry.
Yeah. You know what this also does, and this is one of the things I'm gonna. You know what?
Maybe Pastor, you the raven.
Maybe you the raven. This is the other thing that also gives me reason for pause within the community of Hebrew Israel, which we probably need to bring in Ambassador Tate on this and whole entire issue, is getting back into this issue of we are an agricultural people. We need to really, when stuff like this comes up, why aren't we gardening? Why are we not having our own, for those of us that do have property that can do it? Because I understand some of us don't have maybe land or whatnot, but our roots are kind of in this agricultural sense, and a lot of these mitzvahs are built around that, you know?
Yeah, well, here's the thing.
It's just a postulation.
Well, I'm going to swing somewhere else real quick.
Sure.
Maybe I can't buy the kind of food that I've been used to eating.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to tell you, when COVID hit, the shelves of the supermarket were devoid of beans and lentils. The shelves were dry.
Okay.
You couldn't find beans of no kind on the shelf.
Along with the toilet paper to go with it.
Folks was eating beans.
Right. Right.
So I mean, the issue is that there are going to be a lot of beans being eaten.
Yeah.
If you can find them.
If you can find them. If you can find them. This is really a wake-up call.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Rattling of the bones. But you see, here's the problem.
Get your attention some kind of way.
But here's the problem, around that thought, I don't care how bad it gets, because I don't know that I'm Hebrew Israel, I'm not even rattling.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just another thing that we have to go through.
Yeah.
And it's just another thing that we'll adapt to and get comfortable with.
Yeah.
And it's going to be uncomfortable. And, Mommy, I'm tired of eating beans. Well, baby, that's all we got.
Yeah. Yeah.
In some continents and countries, all they got is porridge every day.
Yeah. Yeah. Top ramen is gonna be the thing.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're not going to say we steered anybody in any direction. That we kind of just threw out our own ideas around this whole issue. But to the disenfranchised, the poor, and the underprivileged, rest assured, this government is going to take you to the brink of a place that you've only read about in Scripture, and that is a famine for food. And the famine for food is going to be not because it doesn't exist, it's going to be because you can't afford to buy it.
Right. 100%. 100%. Wow.
And then the fact is, okay, so I buy beans. Well, I got to have something to cook them with. And most of y'all buy ham hocks.
Throw some pork in it.
You know, or some chicken, turkey wings. I mean, I went in the market the other day to find some turkey wings. When the turkey wings to be found on the shelf. I had to go somewhere where I could find some smoked turkey wings.
Wow.
I mean, because you can beans and onions, chop up some onions, a little garlic, and throw a pot of beans, and then you got your pot of beans. But you want to put some flavor in there with some smoked meat. So it's either going to be a ham hock or a smoked turkey to give it some flavor. You know.
Yeah.
And the whole problem with that, you're going to get tired of that.
Yeah. I mean, I think I echo this. The sentiment is that we are very compassionate. We're empathetic. We're sympathetic to the situation. We obviously wish it, our people weren't in this particular situation, but you're gonna need to make that connection to who you are and whose protection you fall upon underneath. Yeah, in order to get this start moving in the right direction.
We've helped a lot of people,
sure,
to the extent that we could.
Right.
We have fed orphans to the extent that we could. And now we're in a place where we're just, I just can't do it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Not 100%. Because I don't want to, it's because I can't do it anymore.
Right. 100%. 100%.
Well.
Yes, sir.
This has been.
Wait a minute, before we end up, we good in the chat? Yeah. We good in the chat? Okay, good. All right.
This has been Morey Robert B. Holman Jr.
And Morey Sean Appleton.
And this has been
Hebrews in Exile. Shalom.